Alright, check 1 2 1 2. It is the Practice Podcast. We don't know what the fuck we doing. We got our special guest host consultant, Charlie O. Mr. I don't want to roll a blunt. He just here for the fucking session.
I was gonna roll. You ain't even offered.
Oh, nigga, go ahead.
I was gonna ask you, like, you wanted that show your decision?
See, that's how it go. Closed mouths don't get fed. Oh shit! All right. So, babe, this is how we gonna do it. We're gonna go back and forth, speed round sessions, I guess. We'll let Riah approach with topics and questions, and then I will respond. We'll go back and forth.
You got some questions too?
Shit, I just wrote some down on bullshit, so they like corny ass humbugs.
Okay.
But I mean, you know, shit, that shit flow.
Alright, so we'll start with, do you feel like the African American community puts enough pressure towards protesting marijuana laws?
Oh shit.
Damn, hold on, cuz. You just came out the gate.
I don't know why that came to my mind, but I feel like that's a good question to ask.
I heard one more time.
Okay, so
One more time.
do you feel like the African American community puts enough pressure behind protesting marijuana laws?
Like enough effort into it?
Like, yeah, like you see like white folks getting recorded, you know, eating fried marijuana leaves, but we still got niggas in jail for selling and stuff like that.
Well, I mean, we don't got the privilege to put that pressure.
We do.
But
you know, the right to protest is a thing, but you don't hear about people protesting that.
I mean, it is the right to think, but Colin Kaepernick out the league because it's the right to think.
Right.
So,
but that's the mess.
But I mean, I think her question isn't how effective is a protest. Are they doing enough to protest?
Exactly. Are we putting enough pressure behind it?
No, I don't think so. I think the black community in general is scared to act up, and they're used to someone else doing the talking for them, and they're used to motherfuckers not listening or caring. So when they try to act up, they get Colin Kaepernick and shut down. So they're like, fuck it. Are they doing enough? I mean, I think no, but it depends, right? Because there's so many things that could keep them from doing something. But I think at the end of the day, much like slavery was a choice, it's a choice to say something. So it's just how.
So you agree that slavery was a choice?
No, I was being funny. That was completely fucking sarcasm.
I'm like, what?
She was about to get me with a hot take. Nah.
That topic there is the fool in itself. But I understood his point very much so.
You understood
his point in saying, like, there were so many black people in slavery that they could have, you know, did something, but
do we want to go that tangent? Because I mean,
we can.
I could fuck his shit up. Personally, I think I get what he's saying, but first of all, his shit flawed because he wasn't even doing it to be real. He was doing it to sell fucking records. So miss me with that.
Right.
And two, he was trying to like pull a hot take and be like slavery was a choice. Niggas sat on the bench. But if he was really trying to like bring some woke shit, then he would know that like Nat Turner and shit and Toussaint Louverture that fucking did the Haitian revolt. Like, I mean, you could say slavery was a choice. That's your choice. But at the same time, if you gonna say that, then you gonna make sure that you also say that it was a choice and it was still motherfuckers that chose to do differently than what you're trying to say.
Right.
Because otherwise, you just like disrespecting all their efforts and shit just because you
and all that
trying to sound slave.
He was condescending as fuck about it.
Right, he
was.
was.
Like, nigga, you ain't know it was a choice? Like, right. You probably just...
Like, what do you mean? No, he was really...
Hotep ass shit, nigga, shut up.
He literally just got that information. He said, let me know, let me tell y'all something real quick.
Okay. I got another one. Kim Kardashian's not, quote unquote, trying to disrespect anyone's culture amid braids backlash. So she had a braids hairstyle. So do you feel like her wearing braids is disrespectful to black culture? or white people in general. Yeah.
That's the people.
I think it's boozy.
I mean,
doing too much.
Yeah, like, bro, come on, man. You just mad to be mad.
I get why they do it though, because there's a lot of shit that does get appropriated. That's, it's cool now to be black.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Talk how we talk, dress how we dress. That's the thing now, But it's too deep. Not right now.
Right.
You can't bang it on breakfast.
Right.
You ain't banging on bacon, nigga. But, nah, really.
I mean, in the long run, though, like, it would be more like, to me, it would be more like, if you making fun of something I do and then you turn around and do it, it'd be
put
cool.
Some braids in your head.
Right, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But on the other hand,
or if you're not a fan of my nappy dreads, but you got these braids or these faux locks or whatever you want to wear.
You don't like dreads, but you want to listen to reggae music. Like, get the fuck out of here.
Right. See.
But sometimes, what is it, flattery or something is the best form of flattery. Like, imitation is the best form of flattery. So, like, if these basic chicks is trying to get braids and be cool, then obviously it's something coming out of our culture or our style that's like, they gotta fuck with it.
Right.
So, it's a good thing.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, for as much as she, I guess, taken from the black community, there's
she done taken it a lot.
A lot of females taken from her body shape. They're trying to look like action figures out here.
Facts, and not many white women have that frame naturally. Yeah, so
there's a lot of black females too, though, down there in Miami with the Dr. Miami.
Hey.
He got his own show. How do you get your own show when you a doctor? Don't nobody
because he be on
got their own show.
Snapchat lit, period. Every day. You're like, this is what we have for today?
I heard this lady, she was a doctor, put something on Snapchat, and she got her fucking license taken or some shit like that.
Yeah.
He puts it all on Snapchat.
He put your whole ass on there. He put you coming
titties,
in.
the booty. He be like, we're doing this today. Snatching this right out of there. Talking about booty cheese. Like, it's the most.
He be showing the Sharpie marks on there because I don't need to be seeing all that.
But he does it so swift and so, like, he gonna get you right every time.
Would you ever get, as a female, would you ever think about getting what are they called? What is it called? Just
Brazilian butt lift or fat transfer?
Any aspect of it.
Cosmetic surgery.
I've even had some females who say they want to get a reduction, just anything like that.
Yeah, I've thought about that, but I mean, honestly, I don't know. I don't think that's in my cards. I'd rather just go to the gym and try to, get it there naturally. But I mean, I understand why females do that, and I feel like it's more so single women who do it as well.
The ones that I've heard have been the ones in a relationship
that do the most surgery or something.
I mean, of course, it's the ones that you see that want to look like something else. They even had that shit in China. They got like a lot of them look the same. But
I mean, over there, like, I'm not no Asian expert, but over there, everything is. That's the biggest thing is to look like over here. So they gonna cut up every damn thing.
I mean,
I look at it like this. I don't really give a shit. It's your money. Yeah, if you like it, I love it. But personally, I feel like you doing it for me, so thank you. Because you must want me to look at your ass, right? Or whatever.
Right.
So I appreciate it.
Because, like, I don't know how it feels, so I don't know, like, what's the reason behind it. Like, I know the look is what people want. They want that look. But, like, how is that going to look when you're 60 or 70? Like, you want that look, but...
That's my thing is, like... Shit, what's the long-term effect? Like,
I saw on this show, this woman had to like cut part of her booty cheeks out because it malfunctioned. It was just it malfunctioned. It malfunctioned.
Your booty malfunctioned.
Like,
I got a malfunction.
Exactly. It was like it wasn't pretty at all. Not at all. Let's see what else I got again.
One thing about surgery though it's funny the stuff that they make money off of. Because then essentially outside of like, you know, some fire shit, plastic surgery is, oh, you don't feel good about yourself? I got you. Just pay me some money and I can fix that right up for you.
Right.
They feeding off people, you know, just
insecurity.
Yeah. Motherfuckers. They make money off of cigarettes.
But that's people letting their insecurities get the best of them that, because, you know, somebody, you know, something could be a problem, but if you don't make it a problem, nobody else can make it a problem.
That's true.
I think it's a problem. I don't want to take responsibility out the person, but it's really just a problem because it's put in their position. They feel that way because they see supermodels that look like this and people that look like that. So that's what be like, damn, my hips don't look like that. I want to go get hips.
I feel like they're seeing Instagram supermodels because real models are skinny. Most of the time, like the stereotypical model. Now people are branching out into like bigger size women.
Bigger.
There are, you know, plus size models.
But it's still that
the skinny stigma of for certain brands.
Personally, that shit, I don't know, man. It's a choice. That shit nasty to me. Like,
yeah, like what's in there? What do it feel like? It don't feel natural. I know that it can't. Like,
I can't fuck with nothing skinny because first of all, you can't look like you like one of my daughters or nieces or something. That's just fucking awkward. You know what I'm saying?
Like laying on a real skinny person is like, it's just not as comfy.
And then like, you know, like, okay, this might be TMI, but you know how when you really go in there and you doing your thing, shit starts smacking and bones start colliding and shit. I am a big nigga. I got cushion.
You need something that's gonna clap back.
Right. I'm not trying to go pelvic to pelvic with your ass. You know what I'm saying? Now I gotta explain bruises and shit.
A little cozy. Okay.
Yeah, I've been messing with some thick ones lately, man.
That nigga got a hickey on his belly. Oh, he's fucking a skinny chick.
Oh. I'll fuck with all the skinny chicks. I'll fuck with skinny chicks too.
I mean, whatever.
But is it hip hop though?
Is it hip hop? That's funny. Cody was funny.
What was his argument?
At the end of the day,
he said something about lyrics.
He just said it was trash. He said like the music trash.
He don't like the latest round of rappers. He don't like that Uzi Vert style and shit. So he's like, that's not hip hop. I'm like, nah, nigga, you can't do that.
But
right.
It is. Right. It might not be the kind you like. You got one or you come with a
actually, hold on. You got 5 minutes left in your segment. Just get one more question out.
Okay, let's pick one. I have so many good ones. Let's see. Okay. Netflix fires its CCO after he used the N-word, and the CEO stated, I've made a decision to let go of Jonathan Friedland. Jonathan contributed greatly in many areas, but his descriptive use of the N-word on at least 2 occasions at work showed unacceptably low racial awareness and sensitivity, and it's not in line with our values of the company. So, my real question is, what's your take on white people, any ethnicity or race using the N-word?
The fuck out of here. At the end of the day, man, the fuck out of here, man. It's like this. At the end of the day, bro, I look at it like this. Using the N-word in any way is like getting that special badge. Like, all right, bro, you went through this and you had that Navy SEAL training. Because I'm sorry, white people. Y'all niggas came up with the word, but you fucked it up. It's ours now. So, you know what I'm saying? I just, fuck out of here. You can't say it. It ain't no... You know what I'm saying? It's not like you go to the DMV and put in the app, can I use the N-word? No, nigga, you gotta be given that, like, you put in your time and stripes, like, all right, bro, you cool, you down.
You either gotta come from it,
or experience it or been through it. You feel me? Like,
and even if you're, say you're Caucasian or any race and been through whatever struggle you think a nigga has been through, how can you really, solidify that? You can't.
You can't. Actually, at the end of the day, you can't if you ain't black or Mexican or like something that's directly back to the Afro diaspora, you cannot say nigga. And even if you cool and you came up in the hood and you lived on fucking 8 Mile, I don't give a shit. You can't say nigga. Your homeboy can say, all right, bro, you good. So you say nigga to your homeboy, hey, my nigga, what's up? Right. Take your ass out there in the street and say nigga to John Q. Public. It's a wrap.
Or
so,
nigga, period.
Right, you can't say it. There's no
they
like.
Look at you like nigga who?
Right. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, bro, I look at it like this.
Okay,
why do you want to fucking say it?
I have another. Yeah, why do you?
What you gonna do with it?
Right.
You mad because I say it? Because I make it sound cool? Because when you was saying it.
You know what's crazy? They be like, their excuses like, well, you say it all the time.
Yeah, they be like, I just saw it on TV. The dude was like, they say it to each other. I'm like.
Hey, you know what? Okay.
You see that little teacher? You see that teacher? He's like, lend me a pencil, nigga.
Right. It's all in the... Okay, here's my thing. I got 2 takes on this. Number one, for that dude that got let go, fuck. All right? Because, first of all, what the fuck? You in a business setting. Why
making
do you need to say
money. You have to be a millionaire. Right. I don't know his salary, but you're getting great.
I'm pretty sure you went to school. I'm pretty sure you know how to use languages and words. So tell me why
you're just aware of the U.S. today.
Why would, but even if you don't know what the fuck is going on, why would any point in a business setting would you need to use that word to describe what you're saying? For real?
Right.
That you know what I mean?
That's goofy.
And then, okay, so the other part to that is when he got fired, he made a comment. You know what I'm saying? This is my thing. Bro, if you do that, own that shit. Just own that shit. Don't be like, oh, I got fired over the use of this word.
And if you're not sorry for it, that's okay. But just be like, yeah, I said it, and they made the decision to let me go, and that's that. Or one of those type of situations.
Don't be like, oh, I got let go over the inappropriate use of a word. No, bro, it ain't a word. It's that word.
The word.
Right. Because.
Okay. But, okay, so do you think, okay, in that scenario it would be inappropriate.
Over
it's over to you?
It's over there.
Oh, my bad.
How? When you started it?
And I passed it to you.
Oh, my mama have not touched that book.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you passed it to me. That nigga's about to renege like fucking spades,
You had it for a minute,
I never touched his book.
No, he had it for a minute.
I did.
I said, do you think black people could help remove racist individuals from the world?
No.
But listen, if they took back the power behind the N-word and when put in scenarios where out-of-pocket white folks act with tolerance, patience, and intelligence.
No.
So.
What?
No.
So say you're put in a scenario where that person or ignorant white person comes at you and says some out-of-pocket racist stuff. How you react? Do you think that could change the mind of a racist person?
No. I mean, it can, but in the
what kind of change you looking for? Like it's gonna like be
not even necessarily a change, but like an eye opener.
Right.
Should I be treating this person like this?
I'm gonna put it like this. In all honesty, no. And it's simply because it's 2 different things. Number one, black folks been turning the other cheek and been the bigger person and been all of this for years. Even before the fucking Bible. Right. And the Bible taught you to do that and indoctrinated us into this bullshit. So, no, we've been fucking the nicer guy for a long time and they still like fuck you. So, niggas ain't gotta do nothing different than what they've been doing. But they should be more loving to their own people instead of like, oh, it's cool, you'll understand. But 2, in my opinion, a racist motherfucker that's so far gone or so in that belief, if they so far into it that they gonna come to me with that, then nothing I say is gonna change that. Because they already feel that
They
way.
already in that.
Right.
You can't even fault them for that though.
I mean, I can.
Well,
I can understand their perspective, but I can fault them for that. Because I grew up with all kinds of shit in what I said and what I seen, but that doesn't necessarily make me now. It may have colored it or influenced it, but it didn't determine. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, it all comes from what you said though. You've been around that. So, motherfucker from Montgomery, Alabama.
Right.
You can look at the way they dress. They don't even dress. They dress differently because they got different options. So they gonna see shit different. It's all about that's all about
perspective.
perspective. So that exactly leads to my point that there's nothing that a black person or a person of color, because it's not just black people, right? It's all folks, right? There's nothing that a person of color is going to necessarily do that's going to change someone that already has a negative opinion about them, right? Because they already think a certain way, and then your reaction is simply going to be confirming what they think, or they're going to automatically be defensive, like, nah, this motherfucker ain't finna change how I think. It's somebody that's from the... It would take somebody that's from that scenario. But you can make one feel stupid very quickly. And then what happens though? Then they get all extra defensive. That old uppity nigga. You know what I mean?
It depends though. Because low key, I've come in contact with rednecks who are cool, and I'm like, damn, some of them actually cool. Mm-hmm. Like it's the ones that you wouldn't even.
Well, y'all remember when I went to Odessa and I was known as the black girl.
Right. That's wild.
Like so. Some are cool, but then it was like a girl who saw me and said, if we ever hang out, I'm going to make you brush your hair.
Like, first of all, bitch, what you going to make
what do you mean?
You ain't making me nothing, but...
What are you
saying?
You feel
why you just that confident about it?
I'm confident you going to make me some fucking water. That's what you going to do, bitch.
Right, we hanging out.
You got those, but you got a little bit of everything.
I look at it like this, motherfuckers, and it's not just racist folk, but people that have a certain perspective that don't have an open mind, those that are already on the other side of that fence are not going to be the ones that drag them over. It's the ones that either have a different perspective or walking towards that fence or are coming from the same side as the one that's confused. That, oh, okay, I see it. You know what I mean? Like, you know, like if you trying to go down, like if you want to go play and you like 7 years old and it's that block down the way that you don't know about, but you see people, you're not going to go there no matter how much you might be interested, no matter who come that direction that's cool, you ain't fucking with them because you don't know them until your homeboy across the street say, hey bro,
they cool. Yeah, they kind of cool.
Hey bro, you want to go down there? And now you like, all right, cool, let's go. And now all of a sudden you see that block in a whole different way. And now all of a sudden, well, your neighborhood used to be this street and that street, now your neighborhood then expanded by a block. You know what I mean? That's the only way. That's the only way dumb niggas open their mind.
Right.
Somebody else tell them first.
One last point. I don't know. I like to believe in people sometimes, so I think.
You think a race? So you think you can impact a racist person's perspective? I do too.
You gotta.
I agree.
Give them the ability to think, like just.
I don't think that.
Okay, so what about that white person is gonna say, okay, y'all killing each other, y'all saying all this gang, this whatever, just throwing out the jabs of how the black community truly is. Right. That's facts, and we don't like it just as much as they might not like it.
Every fact has a story behind it, and you can say it whatever. Because whatever you want to say about those numbers, there's a reason for it. And
how black people
we killing, we shooting this, whatever. Okay, so guess what? They learned that from a certain pattern. They learned that from laws and rules that was put in place, right? Don't nobody say nothing about your statistics of, I don't know, whatever fucking shit. 80% of 100% of serial killers are white. You know what I mean? But ain't nobody walking around trying to put, you know what I'm saying? But ain't nobody putting every white male over 13 on a list.
Kids killing innocent children.
And I mean, I look at it like this. I understand if that's your question, I'm gonna treat it as you're coming from a place of concern. But if you're so concerned, then why are you stuck on the negative pieces that are being used to tell the story? Why aren't you asking me about the why? Why aren't you getting the context behind that? You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, you mad because we killing each other. First of all, that's
just the fact of how the black community has to survive in general.
Right.
You know, as a whole.
I mean, look at it like this. Number one, if your point is that we are this percentage of the population and yet we represent this percentage of people that are perpetrating the murders, motherfucker, why do you care since those murderers are perpetrating it again on this percentage of the population? What the fuck do you care about? It's not like
they're killing y'all.
And
some are, but it's also every. Yeah.
I just call it bullshit. Like,
I seen this tweet. They say you don't never see in the black school these fucking school shootings and shit like this.
Period.
Like if a nigga got a problem with you,
Period.
I mean, which ain't nothing big to boast about, but it's like, you know.
No, it is big to boast about. Like,
I mean,
it is.
Hey,
Because that's just a fact.
I think that shows the human, that shows like the decency, you know.
Yeah.
Because
Or-
niggas won't just shoot. You never see a nigga just start shooting somewhere. Like, I'm gonna just kill everybody in this building.
What that tells me is that to me is the direct fuck you to that the racist guy that says, oh, y'all need to shoot each other. Nah, what that means, okay, that's fine. That means we frustrated and we got a problem. But the fact that we not walking in shooting up a whole fucking school indiscriminately, that means that we value life. So no matter what's happening, no matter
Right,
how
no
bad
matter
and
if we
negative
value
you
it,
think
that
we
doesn't
are,
mean that.
you know what I'm saying?
Same way they chose whose life was valuable back then.
Right.
That's what niggas are doing. But
Have y'all seen the Netflix show, Mindhunter?
no,
So,
I heard about
I've
it.
seen clips of it.
in this show, it's basically like FBI agent. He gets to interview hella serial killers, and he just asks them questions.
Right.
Like, why'd you do this? Blah 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 blah. I want to talk to a serial killer, like not serial killer, one of the mass shooter dudes, and just be like, so what made you? Like, what happened?
Yeah, you always want to know what was
Like,
going through a
why?
person's mind at that
Yeah.
time.
You don't tell me. Don't say. I just. You know, there's don't say no generic shit. Like, what was going through your head? Like, fuck it, I'm gonna just do it. That's some shit. That's some
But
shit.
people, I feel like those, I don't know, like if you're in your head that much about what triggered that.
They always say
What
there's warning signs though. Like every time
Yeah.
somebody do it, they're like, there was warning signs.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, nigga, you didn't pay attention to that shit. You was just like,
No, of course they didn't, because that motherfucker was a white dude, so he was a normal Tommy, such and such and such.
Just quiet in class.
Right. This the warning
Everybody
signs.
always noticed the weird black kid.
Oh yeah, they notice every black kid. It don't fucking matter. For a bunch of motherfuckers that all look alike, you sure as fuck can tell us apart by behaviors and shit like
Yeah,
that.
for sure. That's funny. I bet you if a white kid do it, they gonna be like, yeah, he was always a little off. Just a little.
what are the questions you got and shit?
I got some, but I don't remember what he got. I can say another one. Melania Trump dragged for I Really Don't Care Do You jacket while she was visiting the U.S.-Mexico border to tour tender-age homes that shelter children. The irony of that. Like, bitch, are you serious?
One more time, my fault.
So Melania Trump wore a jacket that said, I don't really care to you, while she was visiting those homes that shelter children. So, I don't know. I feel like as a first lady, your outfit it matters.
She not. I think it's a difference. Like Michelle was there. Michelle
Yeah.
knew.
And she's not necessarily, because people don't even respect her as a first lady,
You
really.
rolling up.
What a trip.
Should be something in there. What
Let me see that lighter.
Well, you got to know more than anything. You got to know where you at. You the first lady. People gonna look at you no matter. The motherfucker. There's a lot of people that don't fuck with you. There's a lot of people that did vote for you, and they looking at her.
And still, she be
This
getting
little
some
girl-
jack on social media. They be like, Melania did not fuck with Trump. So they be on and off with it, but why would you wear that?
So,
That's just very indecent.
alright, man, I'm gonna put it like this, man. Fuck out here. In my opinion, she get the broom like old dude from Apollo and shit. For a bunch of reasons. It's all bullshit and faulty. Like, number one, they all like, she didn't want this, she didn't want to do this wasn't her thing. I get that, that's cool, but guess what? You stayed. I'm sorry. Respectfully as possible, bitch, you stayed. You chose. So, you know what I'm saying? Go ahead and make that bed, lay in there, and set your alarm, motherfucker. That's what you did. You the first lady. So that means you're supposed to be the first. You premier, you number one. So you should be paying attention. Your image is everything.
It is. It
It is
matters,
everything.
because
You-
we all looking at him like,
Right.
what are you on? So
whether
let's see what you do.
Whether you wanted to do the job or not, again,
You're
stayed.
there. You're there.
You stayed. You chose up. So now that's part of the motherfucking job. And you
You're
knew
there.
the job regardless. You can't say you
Michelle
did.
did a great job.
We don't even got to compare to Michelle. At the end of the day, your motherfucking job is to be the first lady, right? Male chauvinistic or not, your job is to look good and compliment your man. Boom. So how you not complimenting or paying attention to what the fuck's going on? That's like me saying go left and mom said go right. Y'all ain't working. That's a problem. Number two.
You need consistency.
At the end of it all, number one, I don't give a fuck. You the first lady, you the president, you over here making money and involved, you on a level of professionalism, that shit shouldn't happen. Number two, and I'll make this quick, bitch, you a model. You know what the fuck you look like. You know about imaging and what shit is and the optics and what shit says. So when you got up that day and walked out and you had your handlers and your fight stylists,
I'm wearing this, right?
You knew what it was and you was like, fuck it. So Marie Antoinette.
I think you pouting right now.
I don't give a fuck.
I don't really care, you. They like, this nigga's a joke.
I don't know, man. That's just, I mean, to me, that's no offense, that's just some white shit. That's just, I don't give a fuck. Like, I'm sorry. That, you know what I'm saying? That's some motherfucker walking into a room. That's like a comfortable ass white boy singing a Snoop song saying nigga in a room of black people.
Yeah.
Right when the
or
music
that
go
girl
down.
that was on Kendrick Lamar's stage.
Exactly. That's
that shit pissed me off.
She was like, sorry,
she was like,
bro.
I mean, you called me up here, like.
No.
Be cool, bro. Be cool. Bitch, you be cool. I didn't call you cunt out your name, nothing, motherfucker. You talking sleep.
I'm pissed off by the feedback from it, though. You know what people saying? It was like, rapper he shouldn't have put her in that situation. She a grown, she a person. I'm not here to just not put you in a situation. Whatever.
Yeah, I'm not with that either.
I mean, he gotta let us know, was she in there turning up? And you was like, all right, she really look like she fuck with my music.
Right,
so I'm gonna call her up here. Did you notice her more than anybody, or what was going on? Let me hear what you was thinking.
But this still goes back to the thing, why? White people, why? Why?
You should have just been like, made a little face.
Like, come on, man. Like, why? Why do you need to say it? Why are you so fucking hot after that word? Come on, bro, be cool. But you be cool. You don't need, you know every other word. You know the pauses, the breaks, the stops. You don't know when not to say nigga. Come on, man. That's like you talking about your mom, be like, yeah, this bitch over here. You're not gonna say that if your mom in the room. Or if somebody that's associated with your mom in the room.
Right, you're just not.
Well, that leads to having decency.
Or, right. But you got enough situational awareness to know better depending on where you're around. But for whatever reason, it is okay to say this here that you know gonna upset niggas. That tell me you don't give a fuck.
They suggested rappers stop putting the N-word in their song.
I'm gonna put it like this.
But that's just not gonna happen because, you know, the way that the word has been switched.
You're not gonna tell me what to do. You're not. First of all,
I'm not here to make your life easier.
Right.
I'm not here to cater to you.
I'm sorry, you're uncomfortable because you made me feel
it's just a respect thing. That's like, okay, so look, I feel like you can relate white people saying the N-word to people making jokes about the Holocaust.
Right.
Because you're not about to do that on...
Well, no,
people
you know what
be making those messed up jokes.
For white folks, this is what it is. I figured it out. The way we dislike the N-word would be like how y'all feel when niggas disrespect Jesus. When people say Jesus was a cleats wearing, sandal wearing hippie or some shit. That motherfuckers getting their feelings, right? It's that, I mean, I'm probably not exactly, but it's similar. Like, it's upsetting. It throws them off. Like, bro, why would you say that? It's the same way. Nigga, why do you need to say nigga? But
why they get mad during Hispanic month? They're like, we ain't got month. Nigga, if you don't,
like History Month.
If I gotta celebrate Columbus,
there's not a white History Month. Like,
okay, but here's my thing. No, I agree with the idea that the use of the N-word we should be more responsible. I think in general, hip hop and all of us that fuck with it should be more responsible because, like I was telling Thrax, you know what I'm saying, like us not giving a fuck and being like whatever is the reason why we have that part of hip hop to some degree, right? But like Kenzie's writing a song and this nigga is writing it for himself. You know, you make music for you and then people like it, they like it. So nigga is his thing. That's not a big deal. I don't have a problem with that. And there's no reason for him to stifle his creativity in order to make other people feel comfortable. Again, I'm so fucking sorry that the history of what you did makes you feel bad, and I'm a constant reminder. Boo fucking who? Get over it. Nigga, I still gotta look at you and the shit that you did, so I'm sorry. But I do have a problem with, again, motherfuckers not being responsible with how they set this shit up. Like, you know, like going back to the jacket with Melania, you know how that shit's gonna play out. You gonna tell me you're not smart enough to think 3 steps ahead? So like with this, Chris Brown, all right, I already got a personal thing, not personal, I don't know the nigga, but
What about him?
I just don't like the nigga. That's just...
Why not?
Hold on, let me get my point. Hold
Go ahead.
Hold on. So
You come on, man.
no, as I said, I'm not gonna fuck with it. I'm just saying, but I use him as an example. That song with Lil Dicky, Freaky Friday, right? I get it. Okay. It's clever. It's cool. It's a twist. That's whatever. But at the end of the day, you purposely wrote or had someone write and created a scenario where the white dude is in a black body and is directly talking about saying nigga. Not even like saying it's part of the song, but like saying
it's just recognizing the fact that
it's not even that. It's like it's directly saying, it's directly referencing, I could say nigga, I'm black and I could say nigga. So as a white dude be having fun saying nigga. So you wrote this song and created this scenario. So now all these other motherfuckers that hear that song get to pretend to be the white dude that gets to be the black dude saying nigga. You didn't set all these motherfuckers up to say nigga. That's stupid. Why would you do that? You put them in a trick bag to get in trouble. Because I promise you again, like the cool ass white dude, step your ass out there in the yard, junkie, publicly, you say nigga, it's a rap. That's when I think rappers shouldn't do that.
Like imagine a white kid being around a whole bunch of niggas at a party or something.
Right.
And they by themselves, but it's hella niggas around. Do you think they're really gonna say that?
They know they're not.
Are they?
I mean, I don't know. It depends. If they 12 or 13 and they've been watching Disney Channel, they might because they don't know better.
You said a 12 or 13-year-old gonna say nigga.
Right. Nah, probably.
I would hope not, but I'm saying like if they goofy and they trying to be cool, like, hey, what's up, mom? I can see that.
I mean, shit, you got motherfucking, what was it?
But again, that would be a sheltered suburban kid that wouldn't know no better.
What else you got? What else you got?
Did y'all watch college basketball, y'all?
No, that shit's shitty.
Yeah.
I need good basketball. It'd be good sometimes. During the March Madness, it'd be good, though. Niggas be getting off.
All right, I got a question. Weed or alcohol?
Weed.
Oh, no.
On the fence.
I don't like drinking. Like, it's just never... I don't know.
I ain't no judgment. It just ain't for me. I've learned that's not my boat.
I think I'm in the middle. Well, just weed sometimes make me... If you don't drink enough water, bro, you wake up just like...
Tongue cracking, everything. Hell yeah. I'm going to say weed just because... And I mean, I ain't got no problem with people enjoy the alcohol, but... I don't know. Being sober, hanging around with drunk niggas is whack sometimes.
Yeah, that's a little...
And some people be off the pack, like, just gone.
And you know what? Here's another one thing.
You can smell it on them and everything.
Alcohol, bad breath is terrible. It's 10 times worse
it's
than
just
any
more
kind of
potent,
weed.
like, woo! I can smell all of that.
Dude, it's just so bad.
You just reek of alcohol, period.
And you know, at least with a pothead, like nigga, if I'm lit and I'm not understanding you be like, alright, bro, whatever. And I'll just leave it alone.
Get out my face.
But if you have an argument with a drunk nigga,
it's over.
Bro, I was at the club, you know, I'm doing that. Now I'm at the bar, right? You know,
bro, but you don't understand.
Look, now I'm like,
yeah, man.
I'm like green, like, yeah, oh, that's crazy. But the thing is, you don't be hearing nothing they talk about, just be going with so much conviction in their voice.
Bro, drunk people be gone.
Be gone.
Just going.
Trying to be sober around drunk people is trash.
Like, it really is.
Nah, trying to be sober around high people trash too, low key.
Why is that? Well, I guess because everything's
since
slow.
we on
Yeah,
drugs,
like,
Nick Young says everybody needs to do cocaine.
he funny.
He funny for that. I don't know if that nigga was trolling or what. That was funny.
He said, y'all know I just be saying stuff.
But it was the way he said it though, right?
He said cocaine.
Cocaine. Everybody need to pass the cocaine.
That was goofy.
How you gonna be all animated, nigga? Yeah, that's funny.
You seen Iggy Azalea lately?
She was twerking.
Nah, she been fired.
Yeah, she's been bombed though. I don't care. People be hating
Bomb
on her.
how? Like she looking bomb or she?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, like rapping wise, she has maybe like just a few here and there.
Yeah.
And that's that, and that's okay. But she being cute, like.
You know what? This is what a lot of motherfuckers get misconstrued about the rap industry. You know what I mean? That's on purpose, right? Because it's all mirrors and shit. But my motherfuckers assume, like, if you haven't heard from that person in 2 or 3 years, like, oh, they ain't doing shit, they broke.
Right.
Most of the time, man, it's like, bro, remember that song that you remember them from 2 or 3 years ago? They been touring off of that shit, making money, bro. They good, trust me. You know what I'm saying? Like,
regardless, yeah.
Just because you ain't heard them.
Right.
I mean,
they making little appearances maybe here and there, regardless.
Okay, so let's go. Let's use her like we was talking about appropriation, right, with the braids. Iggy Azalea, does she fall into the appropriation category?
No.
I mean, if you gonna call
I'm
somebody
not
out,
asking if I want to. I'm saying.
no, I mean, I see what you're saying, but
I do, but I don't think so. I mean,
is Bruno Mars appropriating?
right.
All right, so
But he's
again,
still
I'm asking. Okay, see, okay, so
still nigga.
without giving me an answer, you gave me an answer because when I asked you about Iggy, you hesitated and you're like,
Right.
I think so. So I'm like,
I mean,
I
because
don't
I can
even
see
know.
why
If you
somebody
gotta-
I can see why somebody would say that, but I mean,
I feel like that's just reaching.
but I feel like that's one of
That's
those.
nitpicking.
Okay, that's
you
one
think
of
that's
those.
nitpicking?
Yeah, I wouldn't know if
Okay.
she's genuine or not, or how she came up, or how's her personality. Because I mean, she don't.
Right.
She do 2 braids. I ain't never seen her do nothing too extra. She been rapping. I don't know.
I mean, where does the straight hair come from now?
Right.
I look at it like this.
Everybody grabbing what they like.
I look at it more like this. At the end of the day, there's all forms of appropriation, right? Everybody does something in some kind of way. I mean, hell, motherfuckers steal people's styles and shit, right? It's influence.
Nigga, I like wearing Vans with.
Right. I mean, the
cut-up
difference
chinos.
between appropriation and influence, or stealing a style or borrowing a style, is your intent and how you plan to use it. If you really give a shit about that source material, that concept or whatever, right? So, I think in the case of Iggy, or like looking at your answer, your response is basically, more than likely she cool, but there's enough there to make me at least not say she appropriates, but to understand if someone else would have be like, bro, I'm not fucking with her because of that. Like, all right, man, I get it, that's cool. Like, because to some degree, she is obviously jacking the swag, right? I mean, come on, bro, ain't no hip hop braids, gold teeth, big booties in Australia like that, unless it come with hip hop.
Right.
But is it really appropriating when someone?
I don't know though. Like you could look. I mean, Australians. Steve Irwin's wife was a little like built a little.
Well, I look at it like this though. Is it a?
You can say
It's not appropriate.
Australians got some baddies too.
I would say for her, it was not. She was a victim of. She was a victim of white privilege. She wasn't really appropriating. This was a culture and the thing that she wanted to do. She was in the music. She was dedicated. So it would happen from being around it. She just happened to be a white girl that blew up when niggas was being sensitive.
Niggas is sensitive as fuck.
You know what I'm saying?
That's funny.
What Dave Chappelle said, country full of bitch ass niggas. I mean, one last thing on appropriating. If you want to, like, you gotta be able to look in the mirror and say, are black people appropriating when they use the white people voice?
Right.
You acting a whole different character, like a whole different person.
It's not.
Again, it's to fit
It's
in.
not.
It's to do.
It's not.
It's to get ahead.
It's not.
She doing that to
It's
get
not.
ahead. She doing that to
It's
get
not.
ahead.
It's not.
I know you. Hold on. You gonna give me some? I know what you're going. I know what you're going to. I know what you're going to.
I mean, I understand she using it to get ahead, but getting ahead is not the same as surviving.
Mm-hmm.
And
to her, that's surviving.
That's not surviving. That's
That's
not surviving, nigga.
She in Australia.
She was on her grind and doing what she can to survive, but she wasn't surviving. She was chasing a dream. She could be who she wanted to be in any scenario, and her life and her aspects and her chances wasn't gonna change by that much. But a nigga, come on.
She's surviving.
Is it appropriate? I mean, I guess to a degree, but I don't think so. I think that I'm just saying. To me, I think the difference is the the setup and the scenario as to why and how you do it. A nigga got a code switch, gotta talk white, not because he's appropriating to use it to make fun of it to be cool, because that nigga gotta eat. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Shit, aside from her or whatever, so-and-so gets the braids, that ain't got shit to do with trying to make it through the world and be accepted by these people that don't give a shit. That's just like, I just want to look cool and cute.
She's still surviving though.
Right now, I give her a pass though. I'm not gonna dog her like that. I just think, you know what I mean, she got lucky and they called on her, that's all.
Black folks could do better though. That's all we're gonna say on that.
Who?
Everybody could do better.
Everybody could do better.
How do y'all feel about everybody coming towards black men about dating women that are lighter and not fucking with their con or anything?
That's some see, Malcolm X said this thing. It's some psychological shit though. That's not even because not to get all deep. I'm trying to think. Hold on, let me catch it. His father didn't beat him because he was lighter. Because he was trained to be kind to the white man. But he beat his brothers who were darker. So, in a sense, it's like condition. We just see the lighter ones and we like, damn. A lot of niggas see that and they be like, okay, that's the one. I don't know. I don't like them too pale personally. I like a little something there. But I don't know. What you think? It's just not even that deep, huh?
It's not even that deep at all. People fuck with who they fuck with, period.
I think, you know what, like I'm not into, there's a phrase called being colorblind. I'm not into colorblind. I'm not into that because I know that at the end of the day, we all human, so fuck, I want everybody just to be cool.
That's definite.
But I'm not dumb and I know that people do see that there's a difference, you know what I'm saying? So that's out the way.
You think there's ever not going to be a difference, though?
No, I think there will be. I think there will be. Eventually there will be. We just got to get over this hump of motherfuckers trying to stop things from going to another level. You feel me?
Though, because it's always got to be...
It's always going to move, bro.
There's always got to be dominance.
Yeah.
It always got to be somebody who's like, well, I'm better than you.
I'm going to put it like this. There's a change. Hold up. I got another point. I'm going to put it like this, though. It will get to the point where it's colorblind because at some point, we're either going to have a revolution. No, I mean, there's going to be a revolution. It's going to be a change of consciousness, a change of approach, or it's going to be a change of fluids. Niggas going to get tired of this bullshit and they're going to deal with this. You know what I mean?
It could. You know what I see happening first, though? It becoming way more of a rich and poor thing. Like the shit you see in movies, like shit almost in Star Wars where it just be like the slums and it be everybody down in that motherfucker. And then it be just a couple niggas hiding towers, just the rich, real peppy. We getting real close to that.
But I'm just saying the natural way this shit goes, you only go so far before a motherfucker snap back. You know what I mean?
If everything's a pendulum.
Right, Well, but it doesn't have to be. It's just a matter of do we adjust and move to the next step. You know what I mean? And it will get there because motherfuckers is gonna get tired and smarter and adjust, and this shit ain't gonna happen. But here's my point about the light skin thing. You can't have it both ways. So if you gonna come and be like, I think your point was women dogging men about only dating lighter skinned women or something like that.
Yep.
Fuck out of here. The fuck out of here. You can't have it both ways, and you can't set up rules and subsets of rules. That's why niggas don't fuck with women anyway. Y'all make shit complicated. Don't be mad at a black man for dating a white woman or dating outside their race, and then be mad for a nigga dating somebody lighter than you. If it ain't about skin or if it's about black, then just make sure somebody about the culture and get the fuck on. Like,
right, that makes sense because they do be mad about both in a sense.
So you mad because a nigga ain't fucking with you. I'm sorry.
Why are you in other people's business?
But then there are some people that...
Come on, bro.
Chill. What's going on with you?
That's what Match.com is for, man. I'm sorry, baby. You know, it'll happen for you.
That's the more of that story. It's gonna happen for you.
Right. But now I do actually believe in, you know, respecting and empowering women, and especially black women, but all women. So I don't like it when they mix that shit up like, oh, you don't fuck with black women because you don't date black women. Nah, man, you fuck out of here.
Right. I don't support all people, period.
Okay. What would you do if you could rewrite your last 2 years?
What would I do? That's kind of personal. Shoot.
You could pass.
Let's see, it's 2018.
I'm gonna be just general. Just be prepared. Be prepared. Be prepared. I'll say I've done a lot in the last 2 years. You know, shit happened last. You know, this shit you go through shit. You go through shit every month. You go through shit every day, every second. But just be prepared as you can. This shit just happened. Shit just happened. That's why I'll be asking. I don't know. I just think life is just not to talk about life, but it's just like just a series of events of shit that's happened. So people be taking this the simulation shit. That sounds funny to me. I don't believe in it, but it's interesting as fuck.
What do you mean simulation shit?
How it's basically just like a developed game of Sims. Where you
They
have
think
your own
life
character.
is a simulation? You mean?
Yeah.
Nah, man, that's fucking...
I thought that was like some. I mean, if you look at it, it's like, okay, nigga, simulation. You thinking 2D, nigga, you smoking some shit.
Right.
But then you like, I can see that. But well, like some people say, it's planned. You think like it's planned?
Like,
I think it's simpler than that. It's simpler than that. You know.
as in like somebody knowing how my life is about to play out from the beginning to the end.
Mm-hmm.
So you could look at that in the sense of God, because everybody says God wouldn't put you in no situation that you would be in, or
Right.
something like that. So I see what you're saying, but for anything,
I mean,
I'm pretty
there's
sure I'm just
something
living my
certain.
life, and when I pass, we'll see what comes along.
I think there's a certain energy in the world. I don't want to say like a god or something, but like it's just something. But okay, think about ants. They just die. We almost like we just a different like species than ants. We humans.
Or people kill giraffes.
People
and
kill
people
giraffes.
like,
So I don't know. You just
that'd be
wanna, like,
crazy.
just think
But
how
then
shit
that
works.
makes me feel like, okay, I've been thinking about cutting meat, like, or at least a lot of meat, because it's like, okay, are we supposed to eat animals?
Right.
Because people that cut meat out of their diet say they feel 10 times better
Right.
Okay.
instantly.
Yeah.
But see, do they feel, okay, are we supposed to eat animals? Or are we
Right.
not supposed to eat
Exactly.
animals? You know what I'm saying? Because I don't know the scientifics. Honestly, I don't trust nothing, because I've learned that half the shit that they put out there is based on an agenda, not on the truth, but on the need to sell something. So
Right.
I don't fucking know. Maybe they feel better because they cut out meat entirely when they really should have just been not overeating the meat, because we're pushed to eat meat so fucking much that, you know, when you finally quit, you flush like, fuck, you feel like a whole new person, you know?
Well, I think if we ate meat and not the shit that we eat, you know, like them niggas back then, they hunters and shit, nigga, they ate meat, nigga, they go out and kill a deer themselves. They went straight to
Yeah,
the sword.
they like, that's facts. So get back to the roots
Yeah,
and
that's what I'm
really
saying.
do some
But
shit.
Shit could be better. Shit, we drink soda. I remember I stopped drinking soda. I felt great.
Yep.
I had energy like a motherfucker with straight water.
But yeah. Shit, if we was hunters, I wonder how quick shit would really go extinct though.
You know, you could clean shit with Coca-Cola.
That's
Yes.
crazy.
Yes.
Like rust and shit.
You're white.
So let me,
I can't drink dark soda like that.
Let me
I'm
go
not a
back to
fan.
your simulation comment. I'm trying not to get too deep on
You
that
can
one.
move on.
Oh, okay. That's fucking it. I think I think simulation is a lazy way to try and get a catch-all answer.
You know what everything is? To wrap up on that, everything is like, that's how I think religion is, like a way to cope. Like something to look forward. Like just cope. Yeah, I'll say cope.
Yeah, it's how you
Go
get cope. Make
how
it
you deal
okay.
with it, make it okay.
Yeah.
Definitely make it okay.
Yeah, definitely.
So
Definitely. All
For
right.
sure.
Oh shit. I couldn't read.
I got something. You got it.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
Right.
Go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead.
So XXX, right?
Man,
Speak on it.
man.
There's some Joe Budden was having this conversation. This really about people, not even about him, RP him, but
That's
like the
what I'm
day he
saying.
died, somebody was like, I think Peter Rosenberg, this dude, radio dude, was talking, and he was like, somebody was like, oh, he died? Or what was it? I didn't get to meet him or something. The first thing he said, he was like, well, he wasn't an angel. Mm-hmm. Or like, he was just, you already talking about him after he just died, you know, like, what is it decent, like, I don't know, courtesy. Like, it's like going to the nigga funeral and be like, damn, that nigga was a hoe.
I think,
you know, pay your respects, and then.
No, it wasn't, I don't think it was
it
like that. It
might have not have been in a disrespectful.
No, it wasn't. I think he was. I think it was a dumb thing done with good intentions.
Yeah.
But it was for the wrong people. He was trying to be mindful of those two guys' awareness of X, as opposed to X's display to the world. You know what I'm saying? Like Joe Budden said, "Bro, you hip hop, so always be hip hop." But at that moment, you know, he was on a podcast about sports. He was with two white guys. They didn't know nothing about that dude. So he was trying to explain it from their angle, like, the fuck, this dude got killed? Well, he was no angel, so you know what I mean? It showed his character and his fucking integrity in regards to hip hop. Like, all right, bro, you just, all right, I got you, man. I got you.
How do you feel about the way people, you see the way people reacted to it though? Like, same day, a lot of people were like, well, I'm glad he died. Like, basically they're saying that because of the shit he did, his history. Or they're like, you know, they was just the day.
That's upsetting though, because I feel like everybody go through shit.
Right.
Like,
yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. When somebody die, you don't focus on that of what that's their business.
Right.
You have to make that with your maker, and that's that. So.
Right. I think
since you are trying to be a better person.
I think it's fucked. I think it's fucked because regardless of what anybody did, you gotta give them a moment, bro. Come on, man. Like, you don't like that nigga, cool.
Like,
give him a week,
20
man.
years old, right?
That's what I'm saying. So
give him a day or two, bro. And two, I think me personally, I'm an armchair psychologist.
All over the internet and stuff.
I think the way that those people that were lashing out were the way that they were unwilling to like even acknowledge that he was trying to change, or like, damn, he ain't need to die. Maybe he could have had opportunity to change. I think to me that shows that them people got problems that they haven't let go of, that they haven't forgiven and moved past. So they, you know, you project your own issues. So if you stuck on other shit that other folks is doing, it's more likely that there's something on your end that you stuck on too. So, you know, I feel bad for them.
They would say shit like, I know he died, but never will I weep for like an abuser. I'm like,
hey, but that's real though. I mean,
I get that.
I can understand where people will come from.
I can respect that perspective.
Everybody's opinion. They was talking about how he, I don't know if he beat somebody up or talked bad to
he allegedly dogged that girl pretty rough, you know. So, but who knows the situations? You know what I'm saying? That's not my place to judge.
It's like, okay, why you don't like Chris Brown? It may not be about Rihanna. Period.
I mean, it's not Rihanna, it's about him. It's his actions. I know it's gonna, I mean, I guess it focuses around her in a sense, but it's more about just, I don't know. I'm not judging the nigga. I'm not gonna say, I just don't fuck with his music. I'm not feeling his energy because he's talented, but you did your thing, and then regardless of how it happened, you came off like, fuck it, whatever. You know what I mean? You came off like it bothered you that it bothered you that other folks was bothered by that. I'm sorry, dog, but you know what I'm saying? You in the middle of some shit. That's like me being mad at my wife for asking me about some shady shit I'm doing. Come on, man. That's just part of the fucking thing.
That's some guilty shit. Why are you going?
Yeah. And then you throwing tantrums and shit and throwing shit out. Like, my thing is, I respect your talent, but don't be mad at me because niggas is calling you on your immaturity, and then you mad at the shit that come up. You know what I mean? You mad at the image and how people portray you and shit.
You clowning at the places like.
The fuck is you doing? And I'm sorry, I hate to make it a black and white thing, but still, you a black man. So to me, what is you saying, bro? You a kid from Virginia making money that had whatever, right? And you doing this, but. What most of these niggas come from gangs to stardom. How do you go from stardom to a gang, nigga? How did you buy your way with fame and influence to be Paru, bro? Get the fuck out of here, nigga. I mean, that's your swag. I'm not tripping on you. Did
you bring it back to Chris Brown?
She did. I did it.
All I'm saying, the moral of the story is, give me a week for niggas start talking about my hairline. Give me nothing day up, nigga. Give me.
That's good.
Send out a couple tweets for me, then you on my head. Give me some time on that.
Like, for real, man. It should be just like a respectful
It's
pause.
called a moment of silence.
Right.
For
a reason.
You just can't let me breathe. It's funny.
So what's the hardest music for y'all to listen to?
I don't even know.
That metal shit, it's too much for my soul.
Yeah, like
it's
screaming, like, it's a bit.
I'm not that angry. It's just
like,
if I'll be like, hold on, what's up? A lot of emotion. I mean, there's a lot of emotion in that music, though.
Yeah, it is.
There's a lot of emotion in that music.
Primal.
And it, like, I'm sure I know there's some that are like, okay, like you can feel that, but it's a bit overbearing. It's
it is. You gotta, some of it you gotta catch
and
the rhythm.
slow, like maybe like slow country, like real country.
Yeah,
man singers.
That old Merle Haggard, hella old ass, Patsy Cline country.
It depends. I go. I get a little.
Dragging it out, man. Dragging it out.
Oh.
That's funny.
Do people get your trust or earn it?
Earn it for sure.
Earn it. That's kind of a loaded question, huh?
I mean,
no, it depends.
I mean, I trust you until you can't be trusted, but then like once it's gone, it's gone.
No,
it's like
there's no earning it back.
You're a little you just sketchy. Period. From that point on, like,
because you always got that mark, like
like.
I don't know if it's trust. I don't know if it's given, but I just notice right away if I can or not.
Right.
So I know whether or not to place it in your hands.
Right.
And it depends. Like that could go so far in certain scenarios. Like trust you with what, and
trust is a sliding scale to me. Like I'm looking at your actions on people, and then like, okay, yeah, that looks cool. We go this step, and then you start. Hold on, slow down. You don't get to that next door yet. Like, don't slow down. You know, I treat it like a chick trying to keep a boy off the bases.
Right.
It's like it's some homies. I'm not gonna cut you off.
No, you good.
There's only a couple homies I'll leave. You won't just leave your tree in the car with anybody.
Oh hell no.
Somebody, you're not just gonna leave it in the door. If somebody,
Nah, you gotta be selective about that circle for real.
So it's just like that. You know who you can and what you can't do. Just like kids. Kids know who they can and can't do certain stuff around. They know, okay, I might be able to get away with a little bit more, but they know, okay, they not on that shit.
Kids is the smartest motherfuckers on the planet, bro. Because they ain't strapped with adult responsibilities. They get to be a kid.
They know the tricks. They looking at the tricks. They learn all that shit.
For sure.
They know the reaction. They looking right at your reaction, too.
You're like, what you said that, what are you going to do?
What are you going to do? They playing on that shit.
Like,
That's
okay.
funny.
They be banking on it.
Knowing what else you got.
Do you believe in energy?
You said energy?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
For sure.
For sure?
For sure.
It's just there. You can just tell.
How would you define it? Or I guess, how do you recognize it if you believe in it? Are you able
I
to
guess
recognize
maybe
it?
just, I don't know, just being a person and being around everybody's reactions and how they act. You go through life every day.
Right.
So how you're
see
reacting and what you're, you know.
So it's really just paying attention.
Yeah, you just gotta pay attention. How people act in other scenarios. It don't matter.
It's there.
Exactly.
So can you believe in negative energy then? That means, I don't know. It's just a certain something that's just always in the air wherever you go. Like you could be at the club and you just,
it's like,
you
ooh.
feel it, yeah.
Hold on. Hello.
So.
Or you be at a kickback, you be like, this is really good. I like this. This is a good vibe.
Right.
So you feel it.
I think.
You walk in somewhere, you peep.
I think energy is neutral. I think the way people unknowingly use energy, and energy's all around us, and it's like water, and it absorbs what we give off, and people's intent influences the energy. So if you are the kickback and everything's good energy, that means everybody there is really just the kickback. You know what I mean? But like, you know, I don't know if you know, like I would say, like, not to dry snitch, but like your man's, right? His story or recent scenarios, right? If he were paying attention to the energy, he would know, like, them dudes got, this shit ain't right. You know what I mean? I just think that's how energy is. Like, it's something that humans project.
It projects, yeah. Dogs project energy.
Right.
I know in Jackson, you know, my dog don't fuck shit. Like, alright, you little asshole.
Right.
You know, with it. So.
I think energy is like the force, to make it corny. Like, it doesn't have a good or bad. It's just a constant resource in the universe. You know what I'm saying? In the world, in our experience, in our assimilation. And it's how we use it, our intent, you know, as we move around, affects our energy.
What's one thing? I'm good on that. You might be able to answer this question a little bit better. But as you're growing up, what's different than what you thought was it like as a kid? Like, what was you expecting and what was you getting? I guess for me, it was...
I honestly... Go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
I honestly don't even... It's hard to remember what I expected as a kid, like, really.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know. I went through a lot of different scenarios too, so.
How did you plan out? I don't even know how to explain it. Like, okay, this was gonna happen. I'm gonna just do this, and this gonna happen. Like,
or did you stop having expectations?
Yeah, I stopped having expectations.
So it's like, fuck it, yeah.
Right.
So there was no need to even trip on how it planned out.
Right.
I think.
Like, what age as a kid?
Just whenever. I don't know. Like, when I was a kid, I just always seen people get a job. Sorry, let me get a job. Let me get my shit. Yeah. You just think, just a job. You need a job.
Everything.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to pay my bills. I'm going to have a car.
Look, you play with that. I'm going to get a crib. I'm going to get this. I'm going to be straight.
I'm going to have a little dog. Like.
And then you like, oh, okay, I don't got enough for all of that. Oh, nigga, I don't got enough.
This shit, like.
So you almost got to skew your expectations. So I think that's what happened. You skew it like, okay, maybe, you know.
I think
that's from TV though.
Honestly, my expectation, I would say, the biggest thing that's different to me or most surprising is how much control I had over my own expectations in the long run. Like, because when I was a kid, you know, you just like, you're in that bubble and you don't really know how the shit is, right? So he's like, yeah, I remember this moment where, like, I was chilling with a bunch of people and they was like, what are you gonna do? And I was like, oh, you know, I'm gonna play, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna play soccer, I'm gonna do this, you know, if that don't work out, I'm gonna do this. So I just knew that everything would work out, you know what I mean? And then as I got older, I started to realize that it wouldn't work out exactly like I had originally planned, so I was bummed by that. Right. But I always had an expectation of what I wanted or how I wanted my life to end up like. So I was always like, man, it didn't do it this way, but I wanted it this way. And then when it did happen, it was like, damn, okay. Because at some point, probably like in my 20s, it wasn't that I was bummed about life, but I just kind of came to that point where it's like, fuck it, all right, it's what it is then, right? I'm kind of like that where you think, okay, you know, you get a job and everything works out. I just was always thinking like, I want this shit to work out. I want to be successful and I want to be secure, you know? And I've always felt like if I didn't put out greedy energy, I believe the energy even back then, that I would just do the right thing and get what I'm supposed to get, right? You know, but then it was like, man, fuck it, man. You just supposed to survive.
That's really all it is. You supposed to, you gotta bite for it. You gotta crawl or bite for $1. Then.
Right. But what I realized though, in that time was like, not saying fuck it, but just I never lost sight on where I wanted to be because I always, like, this is what I expected of myself. This is what I was going to be. So even when I was surviving to get to that or to have that thing, you know what I mean? And then now that it worked out and it's there, I realized that the biggest thing that was, you know, the biggest difference from being a child to being an adult is realizing that it's not even so much what you do or how you do it. It's not even about making the right decisions. It's about just wanting. You know what I mean? Just wanting it. If you want it and you keep going for it and it's there.
Like discipline.
It is.
Almost have like I want it. Like I want to do this. I'm gonna do it.
Right. Just never lose sight of what you expect it to be.
Right. I mean, yeah. Okay. I can see that. Never lose sight. Never lose sight, kids.
I mean, it's like well, in a way though, it's all about making sure that you never lose sight of what you want. Because sometimes
at the end of the day, it's not about what you want.
But see, it is what you want. That's the thing, because you have my expectations was set on making the right decisions based. I look back now, based on what other people wanted from me, and that I gave the right thing, and so then I would get this reward. I would get this thing that would allow me to go and do that. When in reality, I just had to want what I want, and it would come to me by doing what I'm supposed to do. You know, my intent and my energy set the path to me to get to what I want because I kept that expectation, and the universe brought it to me. However,
was it just experiences, or were you like, okay?
Yeah.
Was it almost like it kept knocking you in the head, and you're like, nah, that's not it.
Right.
And then you finally like. Just over time, you know, just like a gradual development in character.
What caused me to realize that it was sticking to the goal. Was
that more of a realization?
It was a gradual realization. It was just like being able to. It was weed, nigga. It was being able to sit back and self-reflect and just look at the shit and be like, okay, this is what's going on. This is where I'm at. But this is still my goal, and this is still where I'm headed. So, you know.
We do make you self-reflect, though.
It
do make you look at yourself like, okay, so what's going on? How long have we been running?
Man, we had